There's a new Home Depot now open on Maurice Avenue in Maspeth. And as home improvement projects go, this is a big one. Use the product locator on our app for an in-store map to find what you need fast. And check out our new pickup lockers. They make online shopping a breeze. Of course, one thing's not new, our everyday low prices. The Home Depot, now open near Maurice Avenue and Long Island Expressway in Maspeth, and always open at homedepot.com. The Home Depot, how doers get more done. There's a new Home Depot now open on Maurice Avenue in Maspeth. And as home improvement projects go, this is a big one. Use the product locator on our app for an in-store map to find what you need fast. And check out our new pickup lockers. They make online shopping a breeze. Of course, one thing's not new, our everyday low prices. The Home Depot, now open near Maurice Avenue and Long Island Expressway in Maspeth, and always open at homedepot.com. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
What's going on? What's going on? You are tuned into the Cigars with Mac podcast. I'm your humble host, Cigars with Mac. Today I would like to discuss being productive versus being busy. Being productive versus being busy. Before we get into the topic, I'd like to ask everyone to download, like, follow, and share the podcast on your favorite podcasting platform. Also, I would like to ask everyone to go and follow me on YouTube at the Cigars with Mac podcast. I currently have 10 subscribers, which I'm grateful for. Let's get those subscribers up, people. And when you follow me on YouTube, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, like, follow, and share my YouTube podcast. If you'd like to support us financially, hit us up on Cash App at $Cigars with Mac. $Cigars with Mac. If you want to hit us up for some show topics or to do business, you can either email me at info@cigarswithmacpod.com. info@cigarswithmacpod.com. Or you can hit the line 682-227-1780, 682-227-1780. Being productive versus being busy. I know a lot of times we look at beehives. We see the bees building the nest for the so-called queen, making the honey. We see that. We thinking, oh, they just busy bees. You heard that terminology. Busy bees. Busy bees, yeah. But I really wouldn't consider bees being busy, because I consider them being productive because they have a goal in mind. Yeah. We call them worker bees, and they busy bees, bzz, 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 buzzing around, protecting the queen, building the nest. But I don't consider that really being busy. I call that productive because they have an end game. We get the honey. Essentially, I know all bees are not honey bees, but we're going to use honey bees for the example. I don't consider that being busy. I can consider that being productive because there's an end game or an end game. But we all know people in this world, people we're associated with, they always being busy. They so busy, they always busy, but they're not accomplishing anything. And I have been guilty of that myself, being busy. But one day I sat down and said, I'm tired of being busy. I want to be productive. Because typically when you're productive, you produce. You produce something. There's an outcome, there's an end game, there's a product or service, So, 'cause, 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 ' when you are doing things in life, I try to stay away from busy work. But that's just me. Because a lot of times you could be busy doing nothing. And that's a sad life to live. Who wants to go through life just being busy all the goddamn time, but, they're not really accomplishing anything? And so, I have a habit sometimes to ask people, hey, what you doing? Oh, I'm busy. Especially when we at work, what you doing? Oh, I'm busy, man. You busy, but ain't nothing getting done. You busy, but the customer still hasn't gotten their product yet on time. You're still behind because that's all you're doing is being busy. A lot of us go through life, man, trying to stay busy. And I guess if that works for you, okay. But for me, when I got to a certain point in my life, man, I wanted to be productive. I wanted to produce things. I got tired of just being busy. Because a lot of times you could be busy going in circles, getting nothing done. Y'all know the story of the Bible of the children of Israel. They walked around a mountain for 40 years. And you got to ask yourself, who walks around a mountain for 40 years? I mean, of course, I'm pretty sure they wasn't just physically walking without taking, they probably will walk, stop here, set up, and figured out where we really have went nowhere. That's what I mean. It's kind of like if you have a business and you have a product or service, and something you got to learn to consider is every couple of years you got to always expand. I feel you do. Sometimes in business, you have to be productive, to be more profitable, you have to add on other portfolios of business. But in life, a lot of us, we go to work, come home, and do it all over again for 20, 30 plus years. And next thing we know, we're close to retirement and figured out, man, we haven't done anything. I mean, what kind of life is that to live? And don't get me wrong, it's never too late to do things. But you want to be productive in life, man. Why work for a company and stay in the same position for 10, 15, 20 years? That doesn't make any sense. And I'm all about consistency and building a routine, but you can still be productive while in that routine. You got people, man, they want to start businesses, they got ideas, but nothing has been accomplished. Nothing has gotten into fruition. Why? Because they're being busy. Yeah. You got some people, they see an idea. They may not have a lot of money, but hey, they work with what they got and they get started. And I'm a firm believer that you can't start a business without money. You know, I hear people say start a business with zero down and buy a house with zero down. That doesn't even make sense to me, but oh well. But anyway, a lot of times we have ideas, man, that we sit on, and we're just sitting back dreaming and hoping and wishing, and we writing down a business plan. And that's good to have a business plan. But one day you got to actually execute that business plan. You got to produce. You know? You can have all these ideas in your head. You can type it out. You can write down goals. You can do all that. But if you don't execute, none of those things will take force. They just won't. And the thing about people that's busy, they tend to wear a lot of hats. And there's nothing wrong with wearing a lot of hats. But with wearing those hats, are you producing anything? You know? Today's cigar that I'm smoking is called a pepper cream soda. I guess the label is Supreme Cream. I got this at Cigars International. It's a big warehouse. It's a big cigar brand, cigar distributing company, and they actually have a cigar store, and they have a lounge area out here in Tarrant County. And they had a good special on these bundles of cigars. And I'm like, man, people not buying this shit. Is like, this is a steal. So I got it, you know. I'm all about expanding my cigar palette, you know. I've been smoking cigars since about 2008. That was when I got my first cigar. I never forget. But anyway, busy people, man, they always busy. They busy in your business, her business, his business. But they have yet to get anything accomplished. We all know people like that. We all have been people like that. And something about busy people I've learned, they have learned to lie to themselves. See, it's a sad thing in this world when you lie to people. It's a sad thing when you lie to the universe or the creator. But then it's really jacked up. And it's really problematic when you start lying to yourself. That's when it really becomes an issue. It's like, come on, man, now you lying to your damn self. Like I say, like my saying is, are you being the best? Especially me as a man, I ask myself this question. Am I being the best husband I can be? Am I being the best dad I can be? Am I being the best employee I can be? Am I being the best friend I can be? And if the answer is no, guess what? You've got work to do. I tell myself this every single freaking day. And you want to be productive, man. You want to be productive every day. Even if it's just a little bit. Because a little bit adds up. It adds up. It adds up. It adds up. It's kind of like when you buy a new home or you have your first apartment and you don't have any furniture in there. But then you start to buy things piece by piece. Some people are able to furnish their places, pay it all out, use their credit. But then some people, you get one thing at a time. See? A lot of times you may not be able to buy the whole lavished furniture set, stove, and kitchen set you want to buy. Just buy a little bit at a time. It's cool. Acquire a little bit at a time. It's kind of like when you invest your money, when you saving money. You don't just outright save $1 million, $500,000, 10,000, 5,000. You put a little bit back. And then eventually you see your money grow. See, that's being productive because you put a little bit back every week, once a month. However you got to do it. And next thing you know, 20 years later, you got $1 million saved up. And that's the thing with busy people, man. Most people who are busy, they lack discipline. I always say to have no discipline is discipline. See, we all have a level of discipline in us. I remember I would hear people say, "Oh, I can't go to the military. I don't have any discipline. Oh, I can't go to college. I don't have the discipline to study. Oh, I can't work a normal job. I don't have the discipline to get up every day. Oh, I can't be an entrepreneur. I don't have the discipline." You do have the discipline. You just haven't conditioned yourself and you haven't learned how to discipline yourself. I look at people who do like bodybuilding and they, they're really into their health, and you see their body and you're like, man, he has a nice body. She has a nice body. And we don't understand. Well, I do understand, but a lot of people don't understand that took time, consistency, proper eating, working out, proper fluid intake, proper supplements, and just doing it. It really was what I would call a lifestyle change. And that's what it's about. And it all goes back to your mindset. At the end of the day, it goes back to your mindset. A lot of us, we live in such a conscious society nowadays. I think we do. Many people believe that a lot of people are sheeps, but I believe we live in a conscious society nowadays because it's so much information out here. It's so much game out here. When I say game, I just mean information. I can remember being a kid and the internet was not so readily accessible like it is now, because the internet actually came out in the 60s, but it wasn't like it is now. That was in its infancy stages. That was the start of it. And then later on in the 80s, it morphed. And then later on in the 90s, it morphed. And then here we have present day to what we have now. Because all the internet is just information. That's all it is. It's just a wide range of information. It's like a highway. Whatever you need. If you need to buy products and services, it's on there. Whatever you need. If you need to find out what this means, it's on there. But a lot of people, man, they go through life, man, just being busy. I remember I've been at a few jobs where they always tell you there's nothing to do, sweep up, clean up. It's always something to do. And a lot of times people be bitching and moaning. And you got to look at it like this. If you own a company and you're paying people a nice livable wage, you don't want them just sitting around. There's always something to do. Kind of like when I hear people say they're bored. How are you bored? Hell, homeless people have cell phones. There's so much going on. There's so much that can be done. But a lot of times, to get out that busy state, because we think busy, busy is a good thing. But to me, it's not. Busy could be anything. You could be busy walking around in a circle. You could be busy twiddling your thumbs. What is that accomplishing? It's not accomplishing anything. Well, if you don't have an end game, maybe you want to get your thumb muscles strong. And that's all I'm saying. Whatever you do in life, have an end game. Have a goal in mind. It's kind of like watching that hamster run around that little ball in the hamster bin. He's just being busy. But when I see those ants gathering, storing, because they're preparing for the winter. Or they're building an ant mound to live in. They're not just busy ants or busy bees. They actually have a end game in mind. Or an end game. Either whatever word you want to use. Basically, they're writing a book and they're writing chapters and there's an ending to it. They write that book, now it's on to the next book. I'm going to tell you some of the things. One thing I procrastinated on for years, and that is writing a book. I've seriously procrastinated on that. Why? Because it takes work. Same way as podcasting. I always wanted to do podcasting, but I just never did it. I never looked up how to do it. I just was talking. And to me, the pandemic has allowed me to expand my footprint. And not just me, many people I know, the pandemic has opened up positive doors for them. And so, instead of me being busy, steady talking about it and writing down show topics, I would write down show topics, but I wouldn't podcast about it, And so when the pandemic happened, I think I saw an ad on YouTube about this podcasting platform, which was free. And I liked it. And I just started doing it, I don't want my podcast like everybody else's. I want to be different and unique in my own way. I can only be me. I can't be anybody else, And that's the thing I learned about life, man. And so I just started podcasting. There was no formality to it. Now I have a better format to it now. There are times where I may do a podcast 30 minutes, and there are times I may go for an hour by myself, And the reason why is because some subjects I can really, really, really talk about, and some subjects there's no need to go an hour, But 30 minutes, I try to do no less than 30 minutes. I discipline myself for that, you know? But the moral of the story is I did it. I quit talking about it and just fucking did it. I quit talking about what the fuck I wanted to do and just did it. And I'm so grateful for those of you that listen to it, those of you that share it. You know? I look at some podcasters, man. I be on the podcasting site. And man, I've heard some people, they are so talented and they only have 3 or 4 episodes. And I'm like, why? It's not going to happen overnight, man. It takes time. A little piece at a time, a little podcast at a time. Like my goal is to podcast every day if I can. But I'm at least do once a week for sure. You know? And I should have more podcasts, but I was procrastinating in some areas, you know, and just being undisciplined. But after a while, I said, you know what? You got to step your game up, man. You have to step your game up. And that's the thing, people. At the end of the day, what is the goal in mind? And my goal in mind is to inspire. That's my goal, to inspire people. That's it. I would love to make big money off of it. I would. And that's why I treat it like a business now. I treat it like it's a business. It's a part of me. I am a podcaster. You know? I mean, I find myself inspired by simple conversations with people. And I'm like, damn, I just got a podcast topic. You know? It's not a science, it's just art. To me, it's art. I don't know how to rap. I don't know how to sing. But one thing I can do is I know how to inspire people. And it's something I've been doing for a long time. I remember one time I met a young lady at the college, the university, some years back. And we were talking about jobs and all that. And she had a college degree. And then she was getting her master's degree and she had a job working. And I was like, you have a master's degree. And I saw her resume and she had great skills and qualifications. And I told her, why are you wasting your time doing this? You have so much talent, skills, and abilities. I said, you can get the money you want. You got to just keep at it. Y'all tell me why that woman quit her job. And it took maybe 30 days for her to get what she wanted. And she told me, thank you so much. You inspired me. And I was like, wow. And this was well over 10 years ago. So it's something I've been doing for a while, inspiring people. And I enjoy doing it. I enjoy inspiring people. I enjoy motivating people because there are people in my life who inspire me and motivate me on a daily basis. And I'm just so grateful for that, people. I really am. And I'm grateful for all of you that take the time out of your day to listen to me. As you can see, I'm really doing some upgrades to the podcast. You have to be a professional in anything you do, and that's what I take it seriously, you know. But good people, I want to thank you for tuning in to the Cigars with Mac podcast. Please don't forget to download, like, follow, and share on your favorite podcasting platform, whether that be Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Spreaker, Stitch. I'm on every podcasting platform. I'm on every podcasting platform. I'm even on YouTube. So there's no excuses as to where you can find me. I'm everywhere. I'm everywhere. You can follow me on damn near every social media. You can just type my name in. I'm going to pop up. But like I said, thank you for tuning into the Cigars with Mac podcast. I hope this podcast has made your day, provoked some type of thought in you. Because I'm not here to change people. I'm here to just provoke thought. The change is up to you. Anyway, don't forget to follow me. And I'm out.
Yeah, sure, the players bring some skill to the game, but if I don't put them in my lineup, who cares? Not me. I'm Eric Rubino, fantasy baseball GM and league runner-up 2 of the last 9 years. I use the progressive Name Your Price tool with options based on my budget. And for a guy that's used to being in control, it fits. Like this runner-up t-shirt. Champ gets a trophy, but you can't wear a trophy. Boom.
Get options based on your budget with Progressive, even if you're not a legend in your own mind. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
There's a new Home Depot now open on Maurice Avenue in Maspeth. And as home improvement projects go, this is a big one. Use the product locator on our app for an in-store map to find what you need fast. And check out our new pickup lockers. They make online shopping a breeze. Of course, one thing's not new, our everyday low prices. The Home Depot, now open near Maurice Avenue and Long Island Expressway in Maspeth. And always open at homedepot.com. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.